You're listening to Mr. Credit on San Diego 1700 with local credit expert Derek Evans. Now, live in studio, Mr. Credit.
Welcome to Mr. Credit, Radio San Diego 1700. We are live and local in Sorrento Valley, bringing you the most important hour in radio, telling you everything they don't want you to know. When we say they, we mean the Wall Street guys, the government, the banks, the credit bureaus, the media, or anybody else who's trying to misinform you to take your money. We're going to be talking about that a lot today. Visit MrCreditRadio.com if you want to send me an email. I always appreciate your feedback. Or do a Facebook search for Mr. Credit, and you will find me there. Remember, you can catch all the Padres games right here on San Diego 1700. All-Star break and such happening right now, so we won't have a game until Friday night downtown in Petco Park. My guess is that it's at 7 p.m. You know, I get these things wrong all the time, so I'm just going to say that's my guess. 7 p.m. against Arizona. I believe it's Arizona. This Friday, okay? You save the station in your dial because you can catch all the Padres games here. First thing I want to do is thank Andrew Paul for coming on the show yesterday. Had a lot of positive feedback about that. He's the Navy SEAL guy who works for Military Home Loans in Mission Valley. Really just a cool guy. Paid an unbelievable debt of service to this country, and everyone owes him a round of applause. And I'll be the first to get in line to do that. Today, the first thing I want to touch on today is the why in business and why it's so important. You know, a lot of people think about business and they instantly think, well, the why of business is to make money, right? That's the whole point. That's a given. Any business is designed with the idea of being able to make money because, of course, people need to make a living, right? So there's nothing new there. So we're going to take that, set that to the side. That's a known. That's a given. The question is that the only reason that a company is in business? Now, if you're a business owner, this might strike a chord with you. What's the why behind your business? Is there a why? Do you have a purpose other than just to make money? Because I'll tell you one thing right now that I know for sure, and that isn't going to change any time soon. The people we talk about, the Wall Street gangsters, the banks, the credit bureaus, they are only in business to make money at any cost. That's the only reason they exist. There is no why. What's the why? Why are you in business? To make money, period. It's not to help people. It's not to educate people. It's not to provide a solution where there isn't another solution. It is simply for profit. That's it. So, when you're choosing a service provider, when you are looking and trying to figure out who you should give your business to, you need to know the why. Why is that company in business? Is it just for profit? Because if it is, stay away. Trust me on this one. This is an easy one. Stay away. What's the why? Here's a good example. We bring on the show all the time William McDonald with the McDonald Legal Group. You wonder why I recommend him. You wonder why everyone raves about the guy. He's a bankruptcy attorney out here in Sorrento Valley. Services the entire Southern California area without any trouble. And what's the why? Why is he in business? To make money? We know that's a given. Why else? How about educating people about the law? How about teaching people about how to use the law to their own advantage? To actually turn the tables on the creditors who have everybody by the blank. How about to help families be happier and live better financial lives? How about that? That is a why. That's something that you can believe in if you understand that, if you know it. But most people don't think to even ask. When you go to a car dealership or when you go to a store to buy an appliance or whatever it may be. What's the why? There isn't a why. Remember, it's the why that controls our brain. That is the thing that's in the center of our brain, and it's the thing that causes action on our behalf. Because anyone can digest. I mean, you see these commercials for these car dealerships. Oh, you got no money down. They got this discount, this and that, and we can digest all that, and it sounds great. But it isn't going to necessarily cause us to take any action. And the reason is because we don't have the why there. What's the why? What are you really doing? What are you in business for? Is it just to make money? Because if it is, I'm out of here. I want nothing to do with that company. When we talk about William McDonald and McDonald Legal Group, they're in business, obviously for business. The why behind it is because they want to help people. They want to educate you. They want to help you use the law. Remember, Chapter 7 bankruptcy is one of the most amazing financial tools that exists. The likes of Abraham Lincoln, Donald Trump, Hershey guy, Heinz guy, Henry Ford, it goes on and on and on. All of these people have taken advantage of it at one point or another. In fact, Abe Lincoln filed before he became president. And the reason they did that is because they were intelligent and they understood the law. They were intelligent guys who either were lawyers or who had a team of lawyers who were able to help them understand what their options were. That's exactly what William McDonald Legal Group does. Look, you can call them for a free consultation. It's 858-437-0103. Okay, 858-437-0103. I'm going to continue. Not just about educating, not just about helping people, but in the end, what is the thing that separates the average guy from a big company? Power, right? Resources. Resources. When you get a free consultation with a good attorney like William McDonald, you're getting a resource. You're getting access to that information that these big companies pay, millions of dollars in legal fees every year for. You get it for free. For free. That's knowledge. Knowledge is power. You've heard that before. Knowledge is power. Power creates money or helps you learn how to keep it. Now, the Chapter 7 bankruptcy is something that only takes like 90 to 100 days to go through. You're done. And you're not in it for years. You can wipe out all of your credit card debts, all of your collections, any collections that are collectors who are trying to collect money from you, any medical bills that you have, any unsecured debts, personal loans, so forth. You have a bad auto lease, you can rip that thing up, get rid of that. If you get to keep your home, obviously, and you get to keep your cars if you want to. And it's something where if you have judgments or wage garnishments, you can get rid of those too and save yourself all that money. All of it. Just like that. I mean, it's really that simple. And if you're having trouble making the payments that you have right now, or if you have a lot of credit card debt and you're only making the minimums, then you have to call William McDonald today. 858-437-0103. Okay, 858-437-0103 for a free consultation with William McDonald. Understand the why. The why behind the business that you are looking to do business with, or get a service from, or buy a product from. What's the why? This is something that we miss. We miss because it's so easy to think, oh, well, everyone's in business just to make money. Well, we already know that. But what else? Is that the only reason they're in business? Is that it? Do they just want to shove their service down your throat?
Well, you're going to eat it whether you like it or not.
And then move on? Take your money? Or do they actually care about you? Do they have a purpose? Is there a why behind their existence? And if there is, then hey, that's someone I want to do business with. And if there isn't, I want absolutely nothing to do with it, and you shouldn't either. This is why I recommend William McDonald. This is why I bring him on the show. Because the truth is, the damage that's done to your credit by filing bankruptcy is offset significantly by the negative items that actually get mooted by the bankruptcy. So all these negative items, late payments on credit cards, collections, overdue medical bills, all those things that sit on your credit report that stink up the joint, that make your score go lower, actually get mooted out. In other words, the negative information associated with those accounts gets removed when you file bankruptcy. So it helps your credit score go higher. I mean, is this too good to be true? I thought it was. When I first learned about the way that bankruptcy works, I was apprehensive. I was puzzled. I was concerned. But upon thousands of case studies, I've proven it. When you file Chapter 7 bankruptcy, over 90% of the time, your credit scores will go higher. And the only reason it wouldn't is if you had absolutely perfect credit. In other words, no negative marks on your credit report when you filed, which is very rare. But believe it or not, that's actually the smartest thing to do. If you file before you make late payments, your credit score will actually end up higher. It may not go up, but it will go down less. And going down less means you have a better credit score. Having a better credit score means you save more money and you live a better financial life. So it's all about living well. It's a beautiful day here in San Diego today. Absolutely breathtaking. Go stand in the shade under a tree and you will love life. But financial stress is something that gets to a lot of people. And if you're riddled with debt, Chapter 7 bankruptcy is an amazing option, not just to help your credit score, your credit future, but your financial life, your emotional life, the relationships you have with your spouse, your children. Everything gets better. And that is why I like it so much, because the why is there with McDonald Legal Group.